Welcome to Stress News. My name is Samantha Emerson, and my colleague is Peter Easton.
We have energy advisor Jonathan Harper in the studio. He will tell us how we can get more energy in our daily lives. Today, he will look at how we can get better at doing the things we like to do when we have stress.
Jonathan, why is it essential to do this?
When we have stress, we often forget to do the things we like to do. But it is essential to do it because when we do things we enjoy, we become more satisfied with our lives.
But isn't it hard to do that when we have stress?
Yes, that can be difficult.
Why is that?
We focus more on all the things we need to do and forget about the things we like to do.
What happens when we forget to do things we enjoy?
Our lives become dull and boring, and more importantly, we begin to lose our energy.
How do we get back to doing the things we enjoy?
We can start by writing a list of all the enjoyable things we like to do, and then hang up the list where we can look at it every day.
What do we need to do about the list after hanging it up?
Decide to do one thing every day from this list. If we can do 2 things in one day, that's great too. Remember to pat yourself on the back every time you set aside time to do a thing off your list.
What happens when we start doing things we like to do?
We forget time and place, and we are more satisfied with our lives.
So we need to do more enjoyable things in our lives?
Yes. The more enjoyable things we do, the more satisfied we become.
What do we do if we are unsure about what kinds of things we like to do?
I can recommend 2 methods. Let's say we can't think of a single thing to write on this list. Then we hang up a blank list and make sure to hang up a pencil next to it. When we think of something, we can go write it down on the list.
Why is it helpful to do it that way?
Some people get a block when they have to do a particular thing at a specific time. This method allows us to write down our ideas as they come to us.
What is the second method?
The second method I call back to childhood. Here we get our inspiration from childhood by remembering what kinds of things we liked to do when we were young.
How do we do that?
We write down all the things we liked to do when we were young.
Why would we want to write down things from our childhood?
Many of us had forgotten the things we liked to do when we were children or teenagers. But when we write the list, we discover that there are things that we still would like to do. And sometimes we can find inspiration to do new things we love to do.
Can you give me an example on that?
I remembered that I loved to play chess when I was a child. I also found out that I liked to write poems and make collages.
In other words, when we look back at our childhoods, we can get inspiration for things we might like to do.
Yes, precisely.
So using these different methods makes it easier to discover what we want.
Yes, I can recommend it.
I will go home and make a list for myself.
I will do that too.
Jonathan, do you have questions for those who have followed this TV broadcast today?
Yes, I do. Are you good about doing the things you like? Will you try to be better? When do you want to begin?
It has been fantastic having you here at the last 6 broadcasts, Jonathan. It is so exciting to see that we can get more energy in our daily lives just by doing these simple exercises. We want to thank you for being here, Jonathan, on behalf of Stress News.
Tomorrow, we will have the last broadcast here at Stress News. We will summarize the things we have learned in the 15 previous broadcasts.
See you all tomorrow for the last day of this eCourse on Stress News.